Whew, man, welcome back to Debatable,
Debatable.
episode 35. This episode is, what you said before?
Debatable.
Minerals,
Man.
gold, and what you said? No, you said
Minerals.
agriculture, and what was the third one?
Gold, silver, and agriculture.
Man, my man, my man.
I mean, that's the day and time we're in. I mean,
It's crazy.
it's always
It's
been
getting
that, though.
crazy.
It's always been
It's
that.
getting crazy. Just got finished watching a Robert Kawasaki video. Man, man. We not ready. We definitely not ready because most of us,
Especially us, like,
Yeah.
us.
Right.
We're not ready. We don't got a clue, bro.
nah, we don't.
We don't got a clue,
we
bro. Like,
We definitely don't. So like, So obviously he was talking about inflation. He was talking about the depression. Then it had me thinking the last depression was what, 1930, and we coming up on what, 2030. So it's a possibility that we might see a depression. And if we see a depression, you know what happened last time because what he did, he brought up communism, right? Man, I mean, I guess he was saying Hitler. That was last time.
what, the year 1930?
Right.
That was
You know,
Hitler.
what's 2030 now? Come on.
Yeah.
Now, last time, 1930, Hitler, who was also involved. Who?
He had Mussolini.
Extraterrestrials.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Come on. That was the last time.
Directly
It
in
was
contact
like if y'all,
with Mussolini.
my man, y'all Google and the when it first started becoming a big thing of extraterrestrial involvement on the planet was during the time of the Depression and during the time of Hitler. You follow what I'm talking about? To the point where they talk about the story of Harry Truman and the ships circulating around the White House, right? They talk about what's the guy, Val Thor. You know what I'm talking about? You go Google him, Valthor. You know what I'm talking about? They talk about all these different. Yeah, they talk about them coming and telling them, yo, y'all gotta put they stopped the nuclear war. It was after the bombs went off. They were like, yo, this can't happen anymore. So, and then look, now they're using the word UFOs. They changed it to what they say,
Unidentified
unidentified.
flying objects.
No, they got another one now. They saying unidentified something phenomenon, UEPs, something like that. They trying to, so they trying to do that to
That's how they
make us feel.
Yeah, that's how they define these the vocabulary. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, nice.
Right.
That don't really mean it's nice.
Right.
So when they saying unidentified, whatever you just said just now,
Right.
that's a new way of
Look it
rephrasing
up. Let me look it up.
unidentified flying object. So when you're dealing with an unidentified flying object, you're dealing with the fact that it's not an object that flies on a longitude and latitude. So the fact that it doesn't fly on a longitude and latitude, because that's what's identifiable to us on this plane, on this terrestrial. So the moment it's not flying on longitude and latitude, it's unidentified. So that means that it's from space, and if it's from space, then what is it? You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, UAPs.
Which is?
Unidentified aerial phenomena.
Aerial phenomenon. So
Right.
it's not an unidentified flying object.
Right.
It's an unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Right. They switched it so that you don't recognize it connected with extraterrestrials, but then on CNN it says, what is it? It's saying no aliens found. After all of the ones they shot one February 4th, shot one down over South Carolina.
Right.
Shot one down over the Yucatan.
Right.
Shot one down over that was DC. What was the last one? No, that was the Yucatan one, I think, Canada area or whatever. Man, and then it's like so, but this one I'm confused because if it was why they even saying that? Because I thought China already made claim of that first one that went down. They said that was theirs, right?
No, they said that wasn't this.
They said it wasn't theirs.
Yes, that wasn't this. They tried to say that
But,
it was a spy. It was a spy object from China, and China said they had nothing to do with that.
I thought they said that it was. I
overreacted.
thought they said it was there. It was there, but that it was private. It wasn't a government situation. and it was no cameras, anything like that. It was a whole press conference about it. I thought, hold on, let me look it up. Washington tensions between United States and China, accusations of spying. Okay, U.S. downing of a Chinese spy balloon. So they still, this is 16 hours ago
Well, that's
on
what
New
I
York
said.
Times.
That's what they said, and then
Right.
China responded like, it's
It's
not.
not a spy balloon, but they didn't say that it was. They said it was civilian. It was civilian, but still from China.
No.
Yeah, look, and the sign how close to the United States as it drifted over the Aleutian Islands near Alaska and traversed Canada and then Montana. Officials said military leaders alerted President Biden. So it drifted from China. The diplomatic crisis over it has been intensifying. A Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Wang Wenbin said Monday the largest spy network that the United States ran the largest spy network in the world. You heard, and that it had conducted extensive global surveillance, including capturing electronic communications that had compromised the privacy of citizens across the world. Mr. Wang also said the United States had sent 10 balloons illegally into Chinese airspace since last year, an accusation that prompted an immediate and furious denial from the White House. Adrian Watson, a spokesman for the National Security Council, issued a statement saying any claim that the U.S. government operates surveillance, including capturing electronic communications that had compromised the privacy across the world, including, ran spy that it conducted extensive, hold up, sorry. An ad came in, to this day it's failed to offer credible explanations for the intrusion into our airspace. So look, Ms. Watson pointed to China's spy balloon program and said that Beijing, to this day, has failed to offer any credible explanations for its intrusion into our airspace and the airspace of others. So it's still recognized that that's from China, that particular one. But what about the rest of them? And are they all the same?
I don't know.
That's my question.
I don't know. I just want to know what's coming out. Every time they shoot it down, I want to know what's coming out of that. What is that dust particle that's coming out of the balloon?
Right. But my question are all okay. So we don't know, right? Are all the UFOs being sighted? Right. The
Belongs
same.
to China.
No, I don't want to say belong to China because they definitely. I think they found some over China too. Have we been visited by UFO reports by U.S. troops skyrocket over 500? This back in January January 13th of 2023. UFO sightings from around the world. Pilot shares. Either way, man, we gotta do some more research and get back to you guys. But let me see. China balloon. What was it? Okay, let's see if anything comes up. 2020 China balloon incident. They got a whole Wikipedia on that Mickey Ficky
Just
right
that
now,
fast.
huh? They got a whole wiki on the Mickey Ficky. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yup. Look, Chinese operated. So you see what I'm saying? Look, from January 28th to February 4th.
It looks just like it.
A Chinese operated, this is it, this is the one, we're talking about the same one right now. High altitude balloon was seen in North American airspace, including Alaska, Western Canada. I don't know, but that's why first, do they all look like that?
Yeah, all of them was on Spears.
Possibly that. So now, but the next thing is I want to say is that what I was trying to tell you is that they said it was civilian. Look, the American and Canadian militaries asserted that the balloon was for surveillance. So just to show you that it was Chinese, while the Chinese government claimed it was a civilian meteorological research airship that had blown off course. You follow what I'm talking about?
Okay.
So they claimed it. They just said that it wasn't, that they overreacted and it wasn't a spy plane. So, it's getting crazy. So, yeah, man. Any other thoughts on that right there?
Well, man, that right there is getting hot in the kitchen, I'll tell you that much, because there's a whole lot going on.
It make the Jay Prince and Whack 100 and Charleston White conversations.
Well, that's the distraction.
That's more exactly
because when you get into our thought process of communication and what's important and what's not important, we will make a Jay Prince conversation that is important. That Takeoff, got killed. It was a murder, and he got killed that way. That's very much so important. But all the rhetoric after it, isn't important.
Right.
And it should be more focused on how to keep us together. People, conducting, constructive stuff versus rhetoric. Now, when you're
Right.
talking about Ukraine, World War III, this is a possible World War III. NATO is involved. Russia's not backing down. United States just issued for all American civilians to leave Russia
Crazy.
now.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's like it's a different frequency in your man. And your man Putin
Yeah.
is saying he's going to give y'all 72 hours. He
That's what he said.
72, give him a 72-hour warning.
Let me look at this.
72-hour warning. So if he's saying he's saying
Boy.
he's saying he's giving you
I'm
72.
getting stressed out over here, man. I'm getting
If he's
stressed
saying
out,
he's giving
man.
you a 72-hour warning, that means that once he start
Damn.
releasing these nuclear weapons, it's on and popping.
Russia-
We're not thinking about that.
Russia says, United States tells citizens, leave Russia immediately.
Right.
It's not looking good.
And then, but see, my point is,
Now you got to be concerned for any Russian in America. Well, I'm not saying I got to be concerned, but Russians got to be concerned because they under surveillance, right? At this point,
they're under surveillance all over the world right now.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? Because they've been sanctioned, all types of
That's
stuff
a
going
fact.
on. They're under surveillance everywhere.
Right.
But the point of the matter is, we don't think about stuff like that. We're thinking about TikTok.
Right.
We're thinking about how to drop it when it's hot. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
we're not thinking about survival.
and all
You know?
that,
We're not
yeah.
thinking about our thought process is such on a low scale on the algorithm. It's really ridiculous. So when it pops off, we don't know whether to go right, left, jump, duck. We don't know what to do, and that's the concern. That's what we should be really concerned about. Like, okay, if something was to happen, what do we do? How do we do it? You know what I mean, it's a blessing that none of this stuff is happening in Africa. Africa got its own woes or what have you, but we really need to get it together as a people all over the place, because everybody. Guess what? While that's going on over there, everybody's pointing their fingers at Africa. Like, okay, what can we go get over there?
Right.
We need. Because what is it? Ammunition. So we need iron ore for more bullets. What we need more cobalt for more technology. What we need over there? We need some more gold. What we need over there? We need some more. What we need
Some more of that new vibranium stuff they found over there in Congo, in DRC.
What do we need over there? And what we should be putting ourselves in a position to protect over there. But we thinking about TikTok, dropping when it's hot, and everything else that's just frivolous. You know
Right. No, that's a fact, man. That's a fact. So so with all of this happening, then India, because the BBC, right? BBC is Europe or London's version of CNN, right? So for those that don't know, y'all probably already know, but India kicked down, they raided the BBC offices. So I mean, to me, come on, because India is another what they call the quote unquote third world country that's on the rise with 1 billion people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got 1 billion people in China, and then think about y'all got to also remember India is important. Why is India important? Because there are more Indian drugs in America approved by the FDA than any other drug, than it produced any other place. So they are literally, what's the word for it? Responsible. Okay, yeah, for the pharmaceutical business in the U.S. So, not looking good, bro. Not looking good. So I guess they have some inflammatory documentary about one of the candidates, a presidential candidate or something like that.
No, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, India, what's it called? Raids BBC office.
Oh yeah, that. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So they not hearing it. Indian authorities raid BBC after broadcast of Modi documentary.
What we're talking about right now is what's called public diplomacy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when stuff like that happens, like they utilize media in order to portray or communicate to the world about whatever that thought process is. And India's like, yo, look, I can't be in India and character assassinating anything going on over here.
Right.
Matter of fact, open up your books.
Right. That is exactly. Did you know that though?
No.
Did you notice the books?
No.
Taxes?
No.
Oh yeah. Indian tax authorities raided the BBC's offices in New Delhi and Mumbai on Tuesday, weeks after the country banned a documentary from the British broadcaster that was critical of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's alleged role in deadly riots more than 20 years ago.
Crazy.
So that's their prime minister right now, right? That's basically okay. So they're not hearing that, bro. They not hearing it, man. They not hearing it.
No, they're not playing.
Not at all. So I'm getting back to back. I wonder if it should be all
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. Check and see if everything's okay.
Okay, hold on. Hold up. Okay. I don't even.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah, that's a fact. So yeah, man. So nah, they not playing. So again, you're talking about help me. What's that called? Country with 1 billion citizens. It's definitely a new day, man. But yeah, I thought that was interesting, man. And then outside of that, the brother, I didn't even know the defense minister. Did y'all know the defense minister was a brother?
Nah,
Did y'all know that? Like, yo, I've been out of tune,
Yeah, I
bro.
thought it was Colin Powell.
When
After that,
did
they did what they want, but then
Nah, come on, I been knew it was. Remember you had Trump put in the dude, I forgot what they called him, but he was called like butt kicker or something. He had some crazy Mad Dog. Wow. You don't remember they had Mad Dog?
I remember the name,
Mad Dog. What's it? Mad Dog is the one that sent the joint in there to kill a dude in Iran, right? Remember they hit him with a drone, didn't they?
wow.
You don't remember?
Nah.
Oh, come on. How you don't remember? There was Trump ordered a drone strike on
Right.
their head military man.
Right. In Syria.
And I thought it was Iran. He might have been in Syria,
Okay.
but he was Iranian.
Okay.
And then the Iranian people had
It was
rose
beef.
up. And
Yeah, it was
yeah,
beef.
what?
Yeah, I
Come
remember
on,
that.
man. Come on, man. So now what's happening? So yeah, so either which way, my point is I didn't even know this dude was a brother. You know what I'm talking about? He don't even, bro, I ain't even gonna lie. He don't even sound right up to it. Did he sound right?
I mean, look.
Oh,
You gotta
man.
do the job, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. Man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I guess it's good to see more black people in position, but gosh, you got to be in position at the time of a potential World War III, because we're talking about potential World War III right now,
Right,
right?
that's what's going on. I mean, and again, we only having this conversation because we look at battle rappers as smart people, intellectual people. So like, you guys got to be able to understand what level of thought process this is. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Rihanna. She did her thing at the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? That's all a part of the distraction, if you ask me.
How we get to Rihanna? Everybody knows she did a thing at the Super Bowl,
That's all
and
part
she
of the
pregnant and all that.
That's
But
all part of the
listen,
distraction,
I
yeah,
could care less. That's like when the World Trade Center went down, and then they wanted to find out what Ja Rule had to think. Remember?
Nah.
That's the old Dave Chappelle stand-up joint. He's like, I don't want to hear about Ja Rule. It's the end of the world.
You know what I'm talking
I
about?
don't want to hear about no Rihanna right now, man.
Yo, R.I.P. to the De La Soul guy.
Oh, Dave, yeah, man. R.I.P., man. True Gordon, yeah,
True Gordon.
yeah, man,
You know what I mean?
yeah, man. Definitely De La Soul, man.
I grew up on them guys.
Black
man.
medallions,
Yeah.
no gold. You know what I'm saying, right? Yeah, man.
yeah,
Come
yeah,
on,
yeah.
man.
They made
Classics,
that. They made
man.
that kind of
Come on,
that
man.
vibe kind of cool. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man.
Like Jungle Brother vibe.
Damn,
yeah.
man.
He's a young guy, man. I
Yeah,
wonder what
man.
happened.
Me too. I'm wondering too, man. Damn, man. Damn. Yeah, but R.I.P. to
54
that
years
brother.
old, man. That's a young guy.
Yeah, that's
man.
definitely young, man. That's definitely young. But it's all good, man. I know he enjoyed his life. You know what I'm talking about? Because the '90s was explosive,
Yeah,
man.
golden years,
and they
man.
opened the door for all of us.
Facts,
You know what I mean?
facts.
On us, to come home. You know what I mean? To come home. I'm over here. I'm sorry. I'm looking at Akon and JT the Bigger Figure. Shouts out to both of them. JT the Bigger Figure on Akon calling for black people to come home. We'll come back to
Hey, yo, you know that whole thing with Drake right now is pretty serious.
What's Drake?
Drake, yeah.
The murder of the man?
Yeah, they hold him for deposement and everything.
The deposition?
Deposition,
Yeah.
deposement.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
They want to talk to that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, my man, the fact that they're doing that with Young Thug utilizing his lyrics, they
Right.
want to talk about
He ain't never said nothing. His lyrics
It
is
is.
soft as cotton.
His lyrics is like have double meanings. Like
Yeah, they be having triple meanings for quadruples and stuff. Drake filed a motion attempting to quash his deposition interview. Drake's lawyers filed a motion against deposition subpoena. Drake's legal team asked judge to disallow. What the hell is going
They might arrest him. He might get arrested if he doesn't go
Yo,
because it's a mandatory go.
let me tell you something. Gotta be. I wouldn't want that to happen at all. I just know if it did, it'd be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you black. Like, you still black, bro. Like, that's that you still black right there, man. For you, come on, man. Drake, come on, man. What's going on?
Facts.
Drake and his attorneys are opposing a court order for him to appear for a deposition as a part of the ongoing jury trial for the murder of Florida rapper Triple XXXTentacion. Now let me ask you this: what is going on with the Young Thug? I'm sorry, I'm gonna come back to this, but what the hell's going on with the Young Thug trial? I have heard nothing. You know what I'm saying? Young Thug trial. Since the whole, you know, the Jay Prince stuff is taking over that part of the media.
The whole Percocets thing, you know what I'm saying? They might have to let him go because I don't think they got anything with him. Jury, man.
Yo, it's a rap, bro. Young Thug trial up. This stand calls on Def Jam, Warner Music execs.
Yeah, that's right. That's the last thing I heard. Leo Cohen.
Judge scolds potential juror in Young Thug Rico trial. Okay, everything you need. Okay, so do they have a jury at this point?
They still don't have a jury.
So then, who it is? The what's the name? People talking to the witnesses.
I think he's trying to get them to come and show like, okay, this right here is bogus, man.
Right.
These guys are entertainers, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, what are you doing, man?
Right.
These guys are entertainers. I think that's the angle for that. It's like, yo, bring his boss. That would be his boss,
Right.
Because he's under that label,
Right.
Like, okay, you know, what you guys are doing is, you know, inflaming the whole situation with the label, with the record artists and stuff like that. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so look, Young Thug's Rico YSL trial has been ongoing for over a month already. Okay, as the probe gets deeper, revelations unveiled. The new music executives from huge music labels will call this stand to testify. According to All Hip Hop, former Def Jam recording executive and YouTube's global music head, Leo Cohen, that's his man. Leo always been supporting. Remember, he was always saying, yo, Young Thug's the future. Like, that's one of his, you know what I'm saying? That's his pride and joy from out of the industry. Aside from him, 300 co-founder Warner Music EVP, I guess Executive Vice President, Kevin Liles was also said to be present during the upcoming hearing. Publication, okay, according to all jurors, while 300 prospective ones will be brought in the latter part of February, another in the second week of March. Man, that jury selection alone is like, ain't that a violation of a speedy trial? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how are you getting a speedy trial right now if it's taking you this long to get a what's it called, a jury? Young Thug, Gunna, and huge number of associates will serve sweeping grand jury. Okay, Gunna, blah blah blah. Okay, just for basic juror math, if we examine 5 a day, that is 4 months. If you examine a full panel a day, that's about 2.5 months. He said in a statement. This is the judge. The presiding judge for the trial also said that potential jurors will be watching an indictment against Thugger and his other peers. This is crazy, bro.
But still nothing happened.
Yeah, nah, he gonna wind up getting off on that. So back to the Drake situation. Okay, we know Triple X Tentacion was killed. So when the defense attorney for Dedrick Williams, one of the men accused in the killing, has been trying since December to get Drake to appear at the deposition, which started last week. He's claiming the Toronto rapper avoided his scheduled deposition. The court agreed, is now ordering Drake to appear for the deposition later this month.
One of the killers?
Yeah, because come on, remember they trying to build up evidence because he has said before he died, XXXTentacion said, if I die, Drake did it. Something like that, right? You know what I mean? So like, okay, Street Man, cool. So how's Drake related to the case? Okay, months before his death, the Post mentioned Drake, and the words were, if anyone tries to kill me, it was Champagne Poppy. Okay, he had been engaged in a largely one-sided beef with Drake. We said one-sided beef with Drake, so I guess it's just him accusing the Hotline Bling performer of stealing his rapping style. Drake denied the allegation. During the trial's opening statements, Padilla, the defense attorney, invoked the online beef and the Instagram post. You know, that's to say, hey, y'all got my man, but it could have been this guy.
Yeah, but he said some
reach.
He said some slick stuff.
Who, Drake?
Yeah.
Okay,
hold on. Go through the lines.
Okay,
Drake was saying some double stuff like.
Do you think sitting here today, years later, any detective has ever asked Drake? No. They never did that. Padilla said to the jury last week they didn't do it because it didn't comport with the version in their nature, in their narrative, sorry, in their narrative. Efforts to get Drake to testify. Okay, December, some legal observers, but I'm trying to see what Drake could have said. Rebuttal from Drake's attorney.
In his lyrics,
yeah, but
he said some stuff that was, kind of slick. You know what I
Okay,
mean? He even said he would have been alive if he didn't do that live.
Drake's
So
lyrics.
the moment you say he would have been alive if he didn't do that live,
Drake's lyrics.
you just don't come. Even if he ain't do nothing, you just can't be throwing words out there like that. Hey, yo, shouts out to whoever's on. You know what I mean? Yo, like, subscribe. Ring that bell so you can be notified. We're talking about some real interesting stuff right now, especially about World War III.
Yeah, that's a
what
fact.
you're gonna do if they start sending nukes over you?
Right. Sheesh. Yo, you're right. That's what he said. If he held his tongue on that lie, he'd be alive.
That's what he said, right?
According to fans. God, G. Willis.
So now, if y'all could take Young Thug in,
you know, what's it called? These guys, what's his name? Reform.
Right.
Meek Mills and them, they did their thing in New York where you can't use the lyrics, but we talking about Florida. You know, Florida. That's Jeb Bush. You know what I'm talking about? So that's one of the Bush states next to Texas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, that they got under control. So that whole mindset is definitely
to barbecue you, man.
That's a fact.
Football numbers over a barbecue.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact. Yo, listen, all I can say, man, is this getting crazy, man. But yeah, so the brother, that's over the defense, what's it called? Defense minister, what's his name? Defense minister. I don't even know, bro. Okay, and then they over there talking about sending M16s to Ukraine.
No.
Okay,
it's a United States war. You know what I mean? Like
it is.
Come on. The moment
the propaganda.
Yeah. The moment you create the propaganda, the moment you create the whole scenario. I mean, you had people going out there from the United States that's going out there. I'm about to go fight. When it first started last year,
right? You know that's why our joint might not get a lot of views based on, but we not saying, you know, what I'm saying? YouTube, but we're not saying that, you know, what I'm saying we like the war. We just saying it's other elements on how this war started, and it's being one side, right? The propaganda is one side.
I'm just saying what y'all gonna do. Battle rappers, because I look at y'all battle rappers as being into actual people. What y'all gonna do once they start throwing nukes over here? Because they're talking about, you know, Putin said you got 72 hours. Once I tell y'all to leave,
but I'm trying to find that. Okay, Putin says.
Yeah, like yo, if you said once I tell y'all to leave, what y'all gonna do? You know what I'm talking about? And then you know, I'm like, look, all y'all leave it up out of there. You know what I mean? It's okay. So it's Ukraine. That's over there.
So he'll give. Okay, so Putin will give 72 hours, before nuclear weapons.
Yeah, but he's telling y'all, once it's about to pop off, I'm only giving y'all 72 hours. So, but the point of the matter is,
crazy.
What y'all gonna do? You follow what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's more serious than a TikTok. You know what I'm saying? These are real grown man bars. What y'all gonna do? Like, for real? Like, how do you take care of your family? Do you have a passport? Like, how do you maneuver this type of situation? What's your thought process? You know what I'm saying? And this is the conversation that we have.
No, and to be honest, just to be talking to, because I was talking to this real estate investor today, right? Because we working on some projects, and this guy, the fact that he's in Spain and Portugal, right? You know what I'm saying? Portugal's hot right now. We was talking about that.
Right.
You had the Rolling Loud concert in Portugal. They had a big Afrobeat concert in Portugal.
Okay.
I know several people, you know, Gene, I think he just went to something in Portugal.
Okay.
And then Zayn from Dubai, you know, he run a travel agency. They was in Portugal for like, I don't know how long. He had brought some people over from Dubai, whatever. So based on what you're saying about the passport, there's something these guys, more affluent people, are seeing that we're not seeing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why, you know, they're like, why they leaving? You follow what I'm talking about? And just to bring context to it, because he's saying he's doing rental properties in Spain and in Portugal. Right. Portugal. I'm like, yo, what's so popping about Portugal? Well, yeah, go ahead.
Nah, because the moment you're able to have a passport, you're able to go somewhere where you're establishing yourself to spend money, food, clothing, shelter. The moment you got food, clothing, shelter someplace else, it pops off over there. You're able to go over there quick, fast, and hurry. But if you ain't got nothing established that deals with food, clothing, shelter, generating capital, you're in one place and it's chaos. You know, you become like what? Mad Max.
Let me break this down. So it's a lot easier to maneuver in Eurasia, Africa because it's a lot easier to get cross borders. It's a lot easier. I guess you go to Mexico, but I don't know if I want to go to Mexico. I don't know if I want to go to South America. It's wild. I'm trying to get away from the guns and the killing.
Right.
You follow what I'm talking about?
I mean, the head of the FBI, the head of the Mexican FBI got called out for
being a part of the
yeah drugs and
what
stuff.
called cartels.
Yeah, but yeah,
Man, come on, man.
It's just like the movie,
Yeah. What's that? It was the whole movie about how your man got in power on Netflix. What's your man name that's in 80X Max now, Super Maximum Prison?
Starts with a C.
Chapo. Yeah, they got the whole on how the Medellin, right? Cartel, is that what it called? How they came up. Them dudes was with them. Bro, they paying the presidents, bro. Like, you know what I'm talking about? They had the president in pocket, bro. Come on, man. Like, and that's the same way it is in America. It's just that people of our ethnicity, you know what I'm saying? Because in Mexico, of course, they got that direct connect. So it's going to be Mexicans that have the direct connect with the control and power.
Right.
In America, we don't have that reach as African Americans, Puerto Ricans, so on and so forth. We don't got that reach to be able to have a president in power. We do have a little bit. You've seen a little bit of how powerful the money is within the system when Trump came out of office due to what's them things called? The pardons.
Right.
Kodak Black. Remember, he put it on sale.
Little winner.
Remember Trump put it on sale.
Yeah, get yours.
Basically, you know what I'm talking about? So now we starting to really understand, for those that didn't know, how America works.
Yeah,
that
for
makes
sure.
sense.
I know, it makes total sense. I mean, I just want us to be able to understand what's going on, man. Like, it's bigger than rap, man. It's bigger than the daily affairs that would take place. We have to look at, CNN and look in the small caption words and really paying attention to what's going on.
Facts.
It's like we have such a mentality of not caring on what's going on. In Africa, they're very much so into their politics. Like, the youth know what's going on within their politics. Everybody's know what's going on within their politics. And I think in America, it's totally opposite. Very few people even care about what's going on in the politics, who's elected, who wins, who doesn't win,
the people that care, the people that feel they have a stake in it.
Well, that's the point,
right? We don't feel like we have a stake in it.
But that's very much so the point.
To a degree, we don't.
But we do because see, when I beg to differ.
That's debatable.
Yeah, it really is, because what happens is when Obama came into office, right? We made sure that we kept him in office for 4 years. You know what I'm saying? We showed out. We showed we let our voice be heard. We were seen. Because everywhere, from hip hop to from Diddy to Jay-Z, which is hip hop, which is the lower mental state, I want to say. They look at it as hip hop. That's okay. Yeah, I count, but you guys not really sophisticated enough to really. Okay, so if Diddy's involved, okay, you Jay-Z, you're involved. Well, you had that group right there, and that's the group that's going to be a part. We're going to count your numbers, and then you have these other groups that's within the African American community that make things happen. That's true. But what happened is that right there showed how if we want to get involved, we'll get involved.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that point right there is what? That's the point to be making things happen in order to make sure that the children are protected, the children know where to go. Because if you don't know where to go, the children definitely don't know where to go. If there's some type of World War III going on, all you're gonna do is follow the herd into a prison camp, or follow the herd into wherever you're. Nobody within your immediate circle is thinking about survival.
That's a fact. There's a lot going on right now.
A lot going on.
Yo, so listen, I want to say this. I agree. I do agree, because I think when you, especially locally, see, what I forget is that if you get involved locally, you could, that's how it starts. And then, so it does help, and it does put us in position, and we see that. We see that in the past, how cities like Atlanta, there's a couple of examples of how when we're involved, on the local level, how we're able to, affect change and how we're able to take control and how we're able to put things in position that benefit us. So yeah, I agree. I agree. I'll say that. I just am so concerned when with it's so much deeply rooted in the system. You follow what I'm talking about? I'm like, it's really like kind of it's hard. It's hard for me to see like how you gonna go by the time we get deep enough in there to try to even uproot it. And who knows what may happen. You got World War III already popping off. You got the street gangs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Wilding on the streets, Mad Max, the movies. I'm just saying in my mind, they've already painted America as, what's that called? Ground zero.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the movies. Unfortunately, I've been.
It's in the subconscious.
Yeah. 2012.
Right.
And,
Right.
Mad Max. What's the other one? The one where they had to go down to Mexico because of the polar ice cap thing or whatever happened.
12 days or something.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, my mind is like, listen, man, it's definitely about going back to what we said earlier, having a passport, getting used to traveling out the country. You follow what I'm talking about? Getting around, for me, I feel safety around people that look like me. Like, what I'm talking about? Like if I'm amongst a billion people that look like me, I'm gonna feel a little bit safer than when I'm in the States and I'm a small percentage. I mean, I might drive through a town and I might be the only one. I might be one of 1,000. You follow what I'm talking about?
Right.
Where my word is not
awkward.
Yeah. And then my word and my value is not the same as a Caucasian counterpart.
Right.
So
what's funny about that is if it does pop off, cats think because they got a Draco, and they got maybe a couple of rounds or a couple of boxes of ammunition, you really doing or something.
Right.
My man, they got this thing called Zapper. Once they hit you with the Zapper, it attacks your skin, man. It makes your skin hot. It's a frequency that they're hitting you with. It's not even a bullet. Look it up. It's called a Zapper. And they got these laws that once these executive laws start popping off, you cannot move. You cannot move. Like once they say that no trains is moving, no trains is moving.
Man.
Once they say no planes is moving,
I
no
already
planes
saw
is
with the
moving.
quarantine.
Once they say you're not going out your house,
you can't go outside. We already seen it, and we already been told martial law. We was already told. We just didn't know how it was gonna come.
Right.
We've been told this, man. Everybody that got a little bit of this, you know what I'm saying? Maybe the young ones, they don't got no clue about it, but if you listen and you watch and you got a little bit of this gray, that means you came up in the late 80s and 90s. You heard about the what's that book they found on the bus, man? The Arthur Files or something, with a bunch of information was coming out saying like, no, they're gonna use the trains as what they call transportation and to the what's the place it's called where they keep them, what they did to the Jews. Holocaust, they said it's going to be a new Holocaust. All this is being talked about in this day and time that we coming in.
And we're talking especially in New York. This is like New York situation because how the subway systems is all throughout the inner caverns and what have you. Yo, I'm just saying right now it's time to wake up, man. Pay attention, yo. Y'all battle rappers, man. Y'all become the media. Y'all become the medium between y'all inner circle while y'all blowing smoke, while y'all drinking, or whatever the case is. Y'all able to each one, teach one, get your passport. Figure out the escape route. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's funny, right? But figure out the escape route. If it pops off, how you getting your family from A to B? If it's about getting from the north to the south, how you gonna do that? You know what I mean?
Exactly. As a matter of fact, what I wanted to bring up when we was talking about that was the militia groups. And I try to put some of that stuff up on YouTube because I ain't watched them guys in a minute. The militia groups, bro, in the Appalachian Mountains, come on, man, they not playing, man.
Right.
It's about to be crazy. It's about to be crazy.
I mean, how your one Draco ain't gonna do it, man. And we already got this atmosphere of not want to do for one another. You know what I mean? You're quick to shoot your man in the back, whatever the case. But when it pop off, how we gonna do it?
They got the black militia group, so I guess that's the guys that was showing their guns.
Man, they all tapped. Them dudes are all tapped.
Come on, it's feds. We was just talking about that. I think on the last show, right? That it's a Fed rapper. Come on, by now, did we talk about it on the show? It was just a conversation we was having. We just spoke about that there's a Fed rapper. There's definitely a federal agent rapper in the mix. getting all of the heat, submerged in the culture to understand he the CIA or
They're not
FBI.
gonna allow. They're not gonna
Come
allow
on, you
a
gonna
black
tell me
man.
a whole bunch of NIGGAs with guns, and they're
Nah,
not gonna have
they're not gonna
somebody
allow it.
in that right there? Come
What's
on,
that?
man.
The black Judas.
Yeah, Judas and the Black Messiah.
Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, come on.
It's popping off like that. They don't believe the hype that there's a black militia that they're allowing. They're not allowing it, bro.
Right.
We're only 40 million of our. We're only 40 million of the population. It's 300 and something million. We make 40 million of that, and they're not having us to take over anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The best that we can do is get our family together,
Right.
figure out how to come together
Right.
to do what?
Oh,
Get out the way.
And then let's go back to what Robert Kawasaki was talking about: gold, silver. This dude. So what was it? What was the word he used? Hard assets.
Yeah.
Like, yo, he was talking about the paper. Like, if y'all ain't come on, the paper's nothing.
My man.
The credit, you could utilize the credit. Definitely utilize. Obviously, use the paper, use the credit. But yo, it's definitely about gold.
You could definitely utilize the credit to get the paper, to get the gold.
That's it right there. That's it in the property. You know, but even then, he was talking about Hawaii and how they taking all the property, how people can't even renovate their homes in Hawaii and stuff like that. And then think about it like this. Everybody, and it's something that we got to think about because we also invested in real estate.
Right.
These, people doing the buy and hold strategy with, rental properties and stuff like that. Look what happened during what's that called, COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So if you didn't have affluent clientele, as your tenants, you follow what I'm talking about, you wasn't getting paid. You know what I mean? And chances are you may have foreclosed on your property. But I mean, I know I think they did what they call that, a stop. What's the word for it? It's a word for it. I think they did a stop on foreclosures during that time.
During the time of the mortgage, they allowed you to go beyond your mortgage payment.
And property taxes have shown us that don't own property in America. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Say
like,
it again, man. Property taxes,
man. We had a property in Jersey City. The taxes alone was like it was a single family, small shotgun house, bro. It couldn't have been more than 12 feet. Was it like, no, it was more than I don't know what. Going back around 415. And it was thin as I don't know what, and the tax is $7,000 a year.
Yeah.
You divide that by 12, that's a note, bro. That's
That's
a whole nother note.
Divide that by 50 years, you know what I'm saying? So but the point of the matter is,
note.
you never really own your property. You know, being clear. Mm-hmm. Every year you got to pay for that tax, and if you're late with that tax, just like the mortgage, are going to come and just take the house based on the tax. Period.
If I was y'all, I would definitely take that first trip to Ghana. Everybody's going over there. Get your feet wet. Get over there. See what's happening on the continent.
Or go to the Caribbean first, then go to Africa.
I mean, everybody go to the Caribbean already, bro. Come on, man. Everybody go to the Caribbean. People been going to the Caribbean since I was a teenager. Cass was going to Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, Dominican Republic a little when I got a little older, but definitely going to Puerto Rico. Cass was definitely going to Jamaica. Everybody been going to Jamaica forever. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm saying because them islands ain't gonna be safe. With Haiti right now.
Yeah.
They about to send in, and we all know that's politically, you know what I'm saying? And yes, they do it on the continent too, but it's a lot harder. And it's a lot more, mind you, because right now it's really only America, right? For the most part, destabilizing Haiti. You know what I mean, right? Because
I'm not sure, but I'm sure there are other players involved.
But they one of the biggest players. I'm sure because just because of what I see online, news, when you talk about who's over there, is usually the American government talking about it. Who knows though? Who knows? But the point is, it's going to be a lot harder to destabilize 54 countries of a continent with 1 billion people.
That's why it's very important.
Right.
What you take out of this live is, what are you going to? You have to ask yourself that question. If something happens right now, what are you going to do? What's the first thing you're going to do?
Right.
All right.
Right.
And then the question is, who are you going to get with? Because you can't do it by yourself. Right. Who are you going to be with to try to mobilize a strategy to get safe for you and your children?
Right.
This is what's going on.
That's real.
Because when you look on the news and they talking about war, right? Not just for Ukraine, because China is telling the United States, stay out of our affairs when it comes to Taiwan. stay out of our affairs when it comes to Taiwan.
Right.
That's like, that's fighting words. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
Like,
fact.
get out my business
No,
type thing. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So what happens
That's a
if okay, you got Ukraine on one side, you know what I mean, and that's Putin, and Putin say, okay, look, I'm gonna give you 72 hours before I start lighting your ass. You know what I mean? And then now on the other side, China's like, look, stay out of our affairs. So that you got two that's potentially to get together, right? And don't forget about North Korea.
Right.
North Korea is over there like,
Man,
look,
they just did a march. They just showed the new missiles, the new projectiles, bro. Come on, bro.
North Korea is like over there like, yo, look, he might not get along with Putin or China, but like, yo, yeah, I'm with it. If we have to come together to smash them out,
and we don't even know. We don't know who gets along and who don't get along.
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So the point of the matter is, what do you do when it do you wait for you to get out the way, or do you prepare yourself now before it happens in order to get out the way?
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah, no, that's a fact. That's a fact. Yo, listen, we appreciate y'all tapping in. We do this every day, man. Shouts out to Reggie P, John the Don. I heard they had a stellar performance this last weekend. The whole bullpen event. Didn't get a chance to catch the live. Outside of that, man, hey, we try to utilize this platform to get you thinking, using your mind. For us, MC War, the mission is to inspire rappers to be masters in the community. And so every day we go live around the same time. So like, share, comment, and then,
Bring that bell.
Definitely Vado Saigon. If you ain't watching yet, go to the website and watch out for New World Order 4. We got 4 coming. And we appreciate y'all. All right, peace.
Debatable.